You're welcome with the best. DJ Rated R. DJ Hughes, pick up your phone. I'm on the request line.
Make a clap to this. Make a clap to this.
Rated R.
Make a clap to this. Make a clap to this.
DJ Rated R. DJ Rated R. This is when the music stops. Right here on Radar Radio. He made me say it twice. This is when the music stops. Stop.
Yes. Thank you for tuning in to Rated R Radio. This is when the music stops, and I'm your host, DJ Rated R. In here with my man Ken Fees.
Hey, put some respect on my name.
My man Ken Fees in the house. What's happening, partner?
You already know, man. Just glad to be back.
Yeah, man, back for another Thursday. We putting some respect on all these names, and today is the Cinco de Mayo rundown. We are running down the top crazy things that's been going on in the world today. So just sit back and peep our takes on these things right here on Rated R Radio. Yes, welcome back to Rated R Radio. This is the Rated R Rundown with DJ Rated R and Ken Fees. And we just running down the top 10, 5, 10, 15 crazy things that's been going on in our society. And there's been a lot of deaths going on as well. Rest in peace to Prince.
Definitely rest in peace, man, to a legend.
Yeah, musical legend, man. Rest in peace to Prince, man. He passed away back in April. If you all don't know, today is Cinco de Mayo. This is May. So, time is flying. The legends is leaving here. And again, man, rest in peace to a man. I never heard so many Prince songs, saw so many Prince videos in my life until he passed away.
Oh, definitely. You know what I'm saying? Even, they say giving them the flowers while you living, but I mean, even all those videos and tributes and things, you really kind of gotta, just kind of realized how much of an impact he had, whether you were actually in the prime time, you were partying to the Prince, or you heard it from your mother and your father, from their catalog.
Yeah, because I mean, let's just be real. I was born in '83, so I was a Purple Rain baby. You know what I'm saying? I came out around that Purple Rain time. So really, the Prince that I experienced, and when I was coming up, first of all, I thought Prince was the weirdest thing when I was young, man. When I saw that When Doves Cry video and he was crawling out the bathtub like that, crawling on his hands and knees, I'm like, man, what's up with this dude? First of all, I didn't know if he was a man or a woman, but with his shirt off like that, I figured out he's a man. But being a young kid, man, I just saw the weirdness in him. But still respected his music, because my pops was a big Prince fan and whatnot. But I just remember a few of those songs coming up. But then, as I got older, I started to evolve into more of a hip hop head. So I respected Prince work and all that he did. But when this death occurred, it made me go back and reflect on a lot of the hits that he had before I was born. Like a lot of them 82, 81, 79 joints. And yeah, man, Prince got it in. So
yeah, timeless joints.
Timeless. Right. So yeah, rest in peace to a legend. They say you are worth a lot more once you're dead than when you are alive. So, I'm pretty sure his stock about to go up. And another rest in peace. On Monday, May 3rd, we lost Afeni Shakur, the mother of Tupac.
Dear Mama.
Yeah, Dear Mama. That song will always remind us of her on Mother's Day, which is May 8th of this year. Make sure y'all, tell your mom you love her and give her the flowers while she can still smell them.
Right, celebrate your moms.
Oh yeah. So, as we move on, there's been a lot of crazy things that's been going on, so I'm going to try to definitely keep this brief and not be too long-winded. But your man Birdman, a couple of weeks ago, he marched into the Breakfast Club studios. And first of all, I don't know how I would feel as a radio host sitting right here and somebody just marched into my room and,
30 deep.
Like he did. I mean, so aggressively, like.
Now, Birdman was quite aggressive. He was quite aggressive.
Yeah.
But the Goon Squad with him seemed quite I don't want to say gentle, but they were just like almost they were chilled. Like you wouldn't have known something like Birdman was angry.
No.
And so, you know, if you wouldn't listen to him, if Birdman was on mute, you just thought like, oh, okay, Birdman rode with an entourage.
Yeah.
Nobody looked like they was about to roll up on nobody. Maybe they were just waiting on the word, you know, waiting on that eye contact.
They came down and copped the squat. They was coming in, sitting down, and enjoy the interview themselves.
Almost as they was as security, just in case the Breakfast Club jumped off.
Exactly.
They was gonna protect Birdman. I don't really know. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get out. You know, I want to put some respect on his name. You know.
But now, okay, I got two takes on this issue. Now, the one, you know, people know that Charlemagne. A lot of people don't like Charlemagne. Me personally, I like him. I dig him. I think he's funny. But a lot of entertainers, they don't like him. They don't rock with him. So, personally, I thought it was kind of, I ain't gonna say cool, but I'm like, okay, somebody probably finally standing up to him. Like, hey, you know, don't be talking bad about me out here. I'm about to check you on what you've been saying. So from that perspective, I respected what Birdman did for the most part. I mean, he took it to him like, hey, if y'all out here speaking on me, you know what I'm saying, say it right here to my face, and y'all better stop that. You know, I felt like he came and made his presence known. But at the same time, it's like, man, Birdman, would you have done that to TMZ? Would you have done that to Howard Stern? You know what I'm saying? Any other outlet that have not been respecting your name as you thought they should have? Would you have done it to anyone else like you did it to the Breakfast Club?
Run down on your own peoples,
right?
But you ain't gonna run down on any other outlets. I'm pretty sure they ain't put no respect on your name. They ain't probably letting you in the building to even let you talk about putting no respect on your name.
Exactly. So. You know how many people TMZ and them be clowning? You know what I'm saying? And a lot of the business that Birdman and them got put out on the street was done by TMZ. They've been a source for a lot of gossip that's been out there, but no, he wouldn't go do that to their offices. So I just kind of thought from that perspective, it was a little disrespectful for him to do that. You know, and I thought maybe he should have waited and done that before the cameras was rolling. You know, let the interview go and then, you know, see where it go from there. But
I think because if you're looking back at that video, man, I think I want to say it was DJ Envy Boy. He was like, hey, we rolling, you know, trying to make sure like they probably already felt that vibe. They're like, man, get that camera rolling. But you know, then again, I think another little segment came out. They're like, man, the cameras is rolling like ASAP. You know what I'm saying? So in case anything occurred before the interview or whatever, but. You know, I had a couple takes on it. You know what I'm saying? So my initial take was he came in and said, "Put some respect on my name, all three of y'all."
All three.
And I was like, "Okay, put some respect on his name." But what you mad about? Like, did you get your point across? Because telling somebody to put some respect on your name, respect or respect, either way, what does that mean? Like, hey, where did I disrespect you? Let's have a conversation. Tell me where I disrespected your name. I don't think he got any point across. He got up in there and he huffed and he puffed, but ain't no house blow down. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I don't know if he really got his point across. He made a lot of noise. He got a lot of memes. He bust up a shirt. He probably gonna make a couple sales.
That's it.
It is what it is. But I'm like, all right. He didn't really get his point across on that. And then second of all, I mean, to your point, he did like, you know, if you ain't feeling what Charlemagne or, you know, Envy or Angela Yee is saying, then, you know, you come to the show and you address it, have an interview, say, yo, you know, blase, Skippy Woos, you know what I'm saying? But to come 30 deep to the, you know, to the radio show, it's like, I lost a little respect. I mean, like, these the radio folks, you know what I'm saying? These ain't like your goons in the street. So it's like, why did you bring 30 goons up in here with you, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You know, like, what was the purpose of that? You know what I'm saying? Did you think really that they was going to be trying to fight you?
Bro.
Or was you trying to put hands on people? I mean,
or intimidate them or whatever. I saw an interview with Angela Yee and K. Michelle. And K. Michelle had to check Angela Yee for a slick comment that she made a week previous before she came. and I thought I gained a lot of more respect for K Michelle after that interview, just because of how she came to her like a woman. She let her know she didn't appreciate the jokes and laughing that was done behind the situation involved with her, and she did it face to face. It wasn't no entourage behind K Michelle. I just dug the way she did that, and she did it within the interview. You know what I'm saying? Right. She didn't come in the interview beforehand cussing out nobody or giving warning shots or none of that. She sat down and she waited until it was good. She waited until the subject was brought up, and she turned right to Angela Yee and read her rights and told her, you know, let her know what she felt. And, you know, Angela Yee didn't have nothing to do in behind that situation, but just sit there and, you know, she kind of looked crazy in behind it. But I just like the way she addressed it. I felt Birdman should have handled it the same way versus bringing all them boys, his Boy Scouts up there with him. You know.
Well, I mean, I feel you on that. I can respect that, you know, that she waited till the subject came up, right, saw the interview, and then addressed it with the person she had the issue with. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, she should have took a little page out of Birdman's interview and addressed all three, because she kind of gave, you know, the men a pass, like, all right, you know, this is what I expect out of y'all.
Charlamagne was clowning that whole situation.
I hold, you know, Angela Yee to a higher standard. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And you know, I saw both interviews that she was referring back to, but it's just like, if you're gonna hold, you know what I'm saying, Yee to that standard, you got to hold the rest of the room to the standard. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But, you know, to each his own. You know what I'm saying? I can respect that she didn't come in 30 deep and try to flex. You know, she just stated her piece. You know what I'm saying? Now, if, you know, she drop another album, she try to come on her Breakfast Club, and Angela Yee be like, nah, we ain't interviewing her, and the room go with her, then, you burnt the bridge. It is what it is. Yep. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I'm over here laughing, though, because I was rolling when Charlamagne was like, you wouldn't pull up on Trick Daddy and Ross. And he was like, but I'll pull it up on you.
I knew a couple places you was at. I could have pulled up on you, but I didn't think that was gangster. You're like, no, that would have been more gangster than you waiting till these cameras was rolling. What, you thought this was going to be a dark room? Nobody was going to be looking at you?
Man, you know what? Embarrassment.
He was looking for publicity. Yeah, excuse me. Publicity. Yeah, he was trying to get a t-shirt. He had the t-shirts ready to go.
Yeah, and he like, man, I know y'all a national syndicated radio station. I'm about to go on here and I'm gonna try to embarrass y'all. That's really almost what it was like. It was like he was trying to embarrass him, and he wound up making a mockery out of himself overall. But yeah, this whole Birdman respect issue was funny, and if kids out there saw that or watched that was not a good way to handle your beefs.
That ain't the way you gonna gain no respect.
No respect in these streets. But that was a good take on that, my man, and we'll be right back right here when the music stops.
This is when the music stops on Rated R Radio.
Yes, welcome back to Rated R Radio. Rated R Ken Fees. We in here just kicking it, rolling down the list of crazy things that's been going on lately. And would you pay to play? That's the question. Would you pay to play? And when I say pay to play, I'm referring to music. Would you pay Tidal to play their artists? Would you pay Apple Music to play that new Drake? Did you pay? And that is the question tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Streaming and what it has done to the music and how we listen to it. Well, this is my quick take on it, bro. When it comes to this,
what you got?
When it comes to the streaming, first of all, I'm not a fan. I feel like it alienates people who are not on the internet. It alienates people who are connoisseurs of physically purchasing music and purchasing CDs. I feel like that streaming, it definitely gets the artists their money because they're having people still pay for the music that's being put out. But again, I'm still somewhat old school when it comes to this music and getting music. And lately, I've been behind because, you know, I ain't got Tidal, neither do I got Apple Music right now. And I ain't heard Lemonade, and I ain't heard the new Drake. I ain't heard Rihanna. I feel so left behind. I feel out of the loop unless there is a bandwidth stream that someone wants to hook me up with out there. Other than that, I'm stuck because
Trapping out the bandwidth.
I'm not paying to play. So, are you in the loop? You paying to play?
You know what? I ain't even seen the loop. I'm not in the loop. I mean, I get it from a business perspective. It's like, hey, we're gonna cut out that distribution cost. We're gonna cut out that artist cost that, you know, creates the cover. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna cut out that cost of making that sleeve for that CD to go into.
Yep,
we're gonna cut out that printing cost to create the CD. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna cut a lot of people off, save a lot of money. I get that from a business perspective, but from a consumer perspective, I'm like, I don't want to pay a bill each month in order to listen to somebody who coming out every 2 years, or you know what I'm saying, or you know, listen to, you know, say I got 5 artists I like. If I buy that CD, you know what I'm saying, that's what, you know, $12, let's say 10. That's $50 for the year that I gotta pay. But if I'm on that streaming service, that's, let's say, $10 a month. You know what I'm saying? 12 months. Now I'm paying each month just to still listen to that same music that I've been listening to. Well, I could have copped the CD and I'm good. That 110 and I'm rocking with you for 2 months, 3 months, whatever, you know what I'm saying? All summer 16. You know, whatever you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm out here, I got a bill, you know what I'm saying? I'm paying mortgage, light, gas, and my streaming bill.
Yep, it's streaming bill.
Ain't nobody got time for that. What is that about? You know what I'm saying? And then what happens when, let's say I'm like, oh, you know, I'm gonna switch over from Apple and I'm gonna roll with Tidal. Tidal doesn't have everybody that Apple has. I don't know if you can download those people that I was listening to from Apple. Now I'm on Tidal and I done lost some music. I was paying for a whole year. They got a whole year's worth of my money. You know what I'm saying? $120.
$20 of your money.
And what I done switched over to Tidal. I done lost the Drake catalog. You know what I'm saying? As he over there with Apple. I done picked up Kanye. Kanye said, "Oh, Life of Pablo only gonna be on Tidal." Real silently, he said, for a month and a half. And now I said, "Ooh, it's everywhere, or it's on Apple, it's wherever you want to buy it."
I still ain't heard Life of Pablo, man.
No, I ain't heard Life of Pablo either. I had to let it go. I said, I'm not getting Tidal. What you gonna see? I mean, I think that streaming stuff is like, what you gonna do is you gonna breed, you're gonna breed them diehard fans. It's gonna be like, all right, you on Tidal? I'm gonna grab this Tidal. Even though I got Spotify or Apple, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and grab this Tidal. Because my mans or, you know, my girl, whatever it is, whoever artist you rocking with, they own this label. This is what they said, or they own this streaming service. They said, this is the only place you're gonna be able to get it. I'm running over there. I'm gonna go ahead and cop that bill. I'm gonna get that first month free and see what I can do. You know, see if I can keep up with that bill. You know, whatever I make work. And then, you know what I'm saying? When your album that you said was only gonna be on Tidal come out on the streaming service that you previously had, now I'm mad. I'm like, hold up, bro. I didn't pay to come over here. And I didn't drop my other service. Now you over there. I could have just waited you out. You on that huff. You over here playing games. You playing with my money.
Man, it's all about being exclusive, man. It's almost like they got these Democrat and Republican parties, and like you got to pick which side you on. You know, anybody in the middle, you just left out. You just left out. Like I said, I haven't. This is my first Kanye West CD I have not heard. And you made a point earlier too. Like nowadays, man, with us getting older, we only got a few artists that we rock with. You know what I'm saying? Like I rock with Jay, Yeezy, Drake. You know what I'm saying? And all of them now are about to be on some old streaming stuff. So it's like other people I really don't mess with like that. You know, so it's gonna be, you know, younger generation do. You know, when you're looking at these other artists who may start doing streaming, but it's like I'm not about to pay, like you said, $10 a month just to hear one artist out of the 10 that's gonna be on the streaming. I don't want to pay that money just to hear just one artist. I just want to buy a CD. I want to get the CD and whatnot, play it for a few months, and that's it. I'm not trying to pay all this money to hear all these other people who I can really care less about or whatnot.
Right.
And again, man, y'all just making me miss out on my physical albums, man. What happened to the album covers, the booklets, you know, the thank yous and all that good stuff? They cutting all that out. They
credits.
Said, no credits. I like to grab the book and look and see who produced this. I like to see who made this beat, who helped write on this song. They cutting all that out. And That's the thing I hate about the streaming. It takes away just the whole physical, the aspect of touch. We moving digital. Hey, one more thing. I gotta ask one more question, bro. I need somebody who does do the streaming with the Apple Entitled to hit me up at Rated R Radio 219 at Gmail. Hit me up. But how can I keep this forever? If I get Apple and I, add Drake's CD, whatever, to my queue, if I'm no longer with Apple, do I lose that? I think you were alluding to that earlier.
That's a good question.
Do I lose this music that can I take this with me forever? If I'm not online, if I'm not hooked up to the internet, will I still be able to hear Drake's CD through my computer, or do I need to be on the internet going through Apple Music, or do I need to be online going through Tidal if I want to hear Beyonce Lemonade?
That's a good question. You know what I'm saying? Can I download this music?
Can I download it?
But you know what? Even before we gonna go there. Let's say you can download. You can download the music. You good? You got it. It's on your phone.
Right.
How long you keep a phone? You got a phone contract for 2 years. The phone good for a year. You know what I'm saying? How long is that gonna be there? You know what I'm saying? You go into your local store, whatever carrier you with, you like swap all of my joints out. 50% of your joints come over.
Yep.
Half of your photos, half of your music.
Yep.
You think you got it all. You leave the store. You're like, oh, we can't find it no more. Boom. You done lost one of your key albums. You ain't got nothing to go back to. But if you had that CD, you'd be like, oh, load it up in the computer. It's already there. Download it to my new phone.
Yep.
And whatever 35,000 phones you're going to get in the future, you know what I'm saying? You good to go.
Yep. So it's almost like, the streaming thing, they controlling our music more than we can control it. They controlling it for us. And I don't like that. I need to have my music when I want, wherever I want to play it. And I don't want to have to pay for it.
And however I want it.
And however I want it. That's my take on it right here on Rated R Radio.
Are you getting married soon and looking for a quality DJ? Or maybe you're hosting your family reunion this year and you need a DJ that knows how to go back and forth between the old school and the new school. Well, look no further. I'm your man, DJ Rated R. For all bookings, inquiries, or questions, please email me at ratedrradio219@gmail.com. Again, that's ratedrradio219@gmail.com. Let Rated R Radio come through and host live at your event. Guaranteed to turn up and have the people talking for days and days.
Mic check 1 2. My mic sounds nice. Rated R, and we in here, man, tripping off this whole streaming thing, man. Hey, this streaming about to take away the mom and pop stores, man.
Yo, man, the mom and pop stores, low key, they probably already gone if they ain't hanging on that last thread.
Fees, could you imagine if back in the day when Master P was dropping all those No Limit CDs, if we had to go and get them from the internet, and there was no excitement on looking forward to seeing Mercedes on every cover?
If you ain't see them go from the clear plastic to the color plastic covers, that was a change in the game. You know what I'm saying?
Man, the album art on all No Limit covers was dope. We looked forward you would go and buy their CD just to open up to see who was coming soon. And them albums may never come out, may never see the light of day.
But they excited you for that moment, though.
Yes. They taking away all the moms and pop stores, man. So what's going on when these CDs come from streaming? How long do it take them to finally get in the stores, or do they ever come to the stores?
Let me tell you about something. When Collie Grove. If y'all don't know about Collie Grove, that's 2 Chainz album, heavily featured with Wayne. They call it a joint venture, but it's probably like a 2 Chainz heavily featured with Wayne album, basically.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I first, I'm on YouTube, checking out interviews and whatnot. I see 2 Chainz. He talk about Collie Grove just dropped today. Blah blah blah.
When did he drop it?
I don't have the exact date.
No, where was it dropped online? Or on Tidal, or was it on Apple Music or something streaming?
I don't know. It was something streaming.
Oh, it was streaming.
I don't think he went Tidal, but it was something streaming. Cause what I did, I'm like, oh shoot, I rocks with 2 Chainz.
Okay.
Wayne is like in my top 5.
Right.
All day, grew up with him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I run down to the local FYE, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, okay, let me check him out on lunchtime, you know what I'm saying? While I'm getting my money, I'm gonna go on my lunch. I'm gonna go spend a little money. I roll up to FYE. I said, hey, I'm looking for that Collie Grove. My man looked me dead in my eye like, oh, that probably ain't gonna be in the stores for another month. I said, what the? Another month? I was like, really?
Come on.
That's what we doing now?
Yeah.
Ain't even coming to the physical locations? We didn't got bougie now?
If they get it. So.
I was like, well, shoot. Mom and Pops is probably gone. The big conglomerate store is probably about to go. They like, we just got movies now. And that's about to go too. But that's
Netflix.
a whole nother ball game right
Yep.
there. But yeah. So I was like, oh, another month? I was like, I'm not gonna be checking for you in another month. I'm not gonna double back. I mean, I ended up getting it. You know what I'm saying? Trapping out the bandwidth. Not really trapping out the bandwidth. You know what I'm saying? I had a couple, you know what I'm saying? I had a, a little Apple Music plug.
Oh, okay.
The missus had a little Apple Music
Okay.
access, so I got it that way. But still, if she didn't have it that way, then I'd have been like, I ain't gonna check that out, bruh. I ain't that dedicated.
Man, and bro, that's another question, man. That's another thing when it comes to getting the music. Okay, this is my thing when it comes to purchasing music. You buy music from artists you trust. And I think over the years, we all have to admit that the quality of music has gone down. There are really only a very few artists that we check for that you'll go out and you will purchase. Like, you're not going to get Shorty Lowe's new album off Apple Music or Tidal.
Nah, but you say you may check it out. Somebody may check it out.
Yeah, I'm not.
If it's
I'm not
free.
knocking. I'm not knocking. So
not.
I'm just using
You
that
got
as an
some cuts.
example of an artist who not too many people would pay for. However, if it was trapping out of the bandwidth, you would go visit that trap and get that single or song or
served.
whatever it may be. You'll go get served, exactly. So what I'm saying here is, with the quality of music going down, not a lot of people want to pay for music. So when Drake was dropping this album, it was a really huge anticipation, as it has been for all of his CDs. And me, I bought, I think maybe his first couple of CDs, but I think after that, Take Care, I was like, okay, I see he's really going down a singing path when it comes to his music. And I
changed lanes on you, huh?
Yeah, he changed lanes. So I'm like, man, I'm gonna just stand clear of feeling like I'm wasting my money and just trap out the bandwidth on his stuff. So it's like with this CD, a lot of people was like, man, it's cool, but it's the typical Drake album, which is what I figured. It was the typical singing and things like that. So it's like, I would be mad if I was one to sign up for Apple Music, spend my hard-earned $10, and then be ticked off with this CD. So it's like, the streaming, they're making you pay for it, but again, to me, the quality of the music nowadays is not that great.
Hasn't changed.
It ain't changed.
I mean, that's nothing specifically to Drake. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
just
not
all artists in general.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, because I got the album. You know what I'm saying? The views, and I like it.
Okay.
I like it, but then again, I come from a perspective that I knew that Views wasn't gonna be a rapper's rap album.
So
I knew,
set
I was
your
like,
expectations.
you know what I'm saying? My expectations were different because I already knew that, all right, we didn't got the Future and Drake album. We didn't got the If You're Reading This is already, if you're reading this is already too late. You're already too late. I may have misquoted the title, but I already knew them was you popping ish, your rapping albums. You know what I'm saying? So I already knew, it's like, okay, I see where he going with this. He going with the rap. I'm gonna get that to you for free because whoever checking for rap is probably not paying for it. They're trapping out the bandwidth.
Like me.
Now that rhythm and rap, that R&R, that rhythm and rap, I feel like that right there is probably, he probably feel like, oh, that's the future. You know what I'm saying? That's that next thing. You gonna buy this, and 4 or 5 years may go by, and then somebody from that next time frame might be like, oh, let me reference back to that. They might go back and buy that. It's like, oh, okay, this got a little more longevity than just pure rap. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I already knew, like, all right, he ain't coming with a 100% rap album. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be totally rap. And then also on another, I'm gonna let you chime in here, but on another aspect, I feel like, you know, some of that rhythm in rap, it gives you a little more, you know, a little more honesty. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's, you know what I'm saying, his honesty, you know what I'm saying, or whatever the case is, but it's a little more straightforward that you know, like, okay, I know exactly what you're talking about right here. Yeah, I've been there before. Oh yeah, I've witnessed that before. My homie been through that before. Versus like some of the rap, you be like, I like it, but I don't really know what you talking about. Never been there before. I don't know nothing about it, but it sounds good.
So you saying Drizzy CD was real relatable? Did he brought a lot of relatable content?
Yeah, I can relate to it. You know what I'm saying? I can relate to it.
Okay, I gotta check out this views, man. See, I can't really chime in on the views just yet.
We check out the views.
We're gonna have a session where we might just play a few exclusive cuts. Somebody steal it from somewhere where we get it in and check it out, because I still ain't heard views, man. But I'm looking forward to it though. You got me a little pumped up to check it out. Yeah,
man, you got to check it out. And, you know, another thing that made me think about the views and everything going on with Young Money. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying, with all the Drake Meek Mill beef. I don't know if it's really beef, because Drake kind of cooked that beef. But
chopped it up.
You know, chopped it up. You know, made a little taco meat about that joint. But you know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, is Young Money breaking up?
Oh,
maybe not breaking up on documents, but it's like,
are they going their separate ways?
Are they going their separate ways?
Are they outgrowing that group? Like, because Drake is bigger than a Young Money. Nicki Minaj is bigger than a Young. Wayne is bigger than a Young Money. Although they are Young Money, it's like their name itself is bigger than that title. That's like with New Edition. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, Ralph Tresvant, BBD, they got bigger than New Edition. You know what I'm saying? Johnny Gill got bigger than the New Edition. They were like, you know, I'm Johnny Gill.
Don't forget Bob Brown.
Bob Brown. B Brown was bigger than New Edition, so it's almost like that.
Like, have they outgrown the camaraderie?
Yeah,
in a bit. And I mean, let's be honest. You know what I'm saying? Nicki takes up with the Meeks getting bodied by Drake.
Question. I know I was saying some RIPs when I first started the show. I missed one RIP, and I think that's an RIP to Meek Mill's career. RIP.
I concur.
And I'll say that I had a debate with one of my buddies on Facebook, and you know, he obviously a Drake hater. The way he was talking, he was saying everyone was on Drake's sack and all that crazy stuff, and saying a lot of people just love Drake and riding his jock right now and just ride the Drake wave and blah blah blah. And I told him no. I said, you know what, Meek Mills is right now in the Ja Rule zone. Meek Mills, and although Ja Rule got put in his place, you know, unexpectedly by 50 Cent, no one saw that coming. Nobody saw that coming for 50, and he bodied the whole record label. Like Ashanti and them, Murder Inc. was no more after that 50 Cent era. But in this situation right here, it's turning into a Murder Inc. situation. I mean, if you look at what Meek Mills did when he jumped out and went at Drake, you know, that was a very foolish move, considering the fact that y'all did songs together. You know, y'all made music together, and then you sounded just jealous.
Current single was with this man.
Was with Rico. He had a current single.
Your current single is with this man. Hey, you gonna try to go at it and be like, we can't listen to your current single without listening to him.
At all. And the thing here is, man, I think, like we spoke on this before, if this was years before what Meek Mills did and what he was saying about Drake not being authentic with writing his rhymes, it would have been, you know, it would have been monumental. But in this day and age, when we realized everybody had ghostwriters, when we was watching Ghetto Boys, and
everybody's a liar.
Everybody's a liar, man. You know, everybody telling the story somewhere. It don't matter nowadays. Everybody's doing it. So Meek Mill's argument was null and void, and he threw rocks at the moon. And now, and now He is trying hard to resurrect his career, and I think he messed up, man. I think he messed up royally, and I don't know if MMG is gonna take a hit from this because Rick Ross is out and his stuff not really doing too well, even though not really people checking for Ross.
He got the body in the gardener and stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Sure.
Getting played messing with these females, man, and
don't even go there.
That's what I'm saying. That's where a lot of
with his young boys,
going.
with Meek Mill's throwback.
Oh,
you know
right, old fun thing. You making yourself look crazy, Ross. So that whole situation right there, I don't know. MMG gonna have to do a real big makeover. They're gonna have to do a Meek over. And probably toss him off the ship, man, because I honestly think his career is done, or not done, but it's not going to be where it could have been, where he was on his way to.
You know what?
Before this situation happened.
What probably bodied him was a combination of jumping out the window at Drake.
Yep.
Drake hitting him with the one that was like, oh, okay. Charged up. Oh, okay. He didn't respond. And then he hit him with that back-to-back to put the nail in the coffin. It's like, bruh, you had a chance to respond with Charged Up. You didn't take the opportunity, so you got the nail in your coffin. You know what I'm saying? That, along with, then I think he had some legal issues. Yeah. Like, oh, you can't put no music out.
Oh,
you
man.
can't be traveling. You got to stay in the city. It's like,
ugh. Yeah.
That really kind of bodied you. I ain't gonna say he finito. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say that, but where he could have been has been stifled.
Yeah.
That's over.
You missing one more point, man.
What's that?
Who put the nail in the coffin was the internet. The internet.
The internet.
The internet put the nail in.
That internet. That's honestly, a cold mofo right there.
I thought the Drake's disses was, it was a couple of slaps. He slapped him a few times, but the internet made it seem like he body slammed Meek into a graveyard, threw dirt on him, and I mean they blew the disses up way more than what it was, and they hit him with memes. They hit Meek Mills. I mean they clowned him. They RIP'd his career over and over in different things, and honestly I think once the internet clown you and they label you with something, it's really hard to come back after that label.
But you gotta think about it. The irony in that situation is that it all started on the internet.
Yep.
Meek took it to the internet.
Yep.
Think about it.
Yep.
If this was back in Michael Jordan days, they would be playing back to back. 6 years.
Yep.
They would have been a little skip in between those 6 years, but they've been playing back to back on them championships. I'm just saying. Back to back is just a regular song. It just happened to be a diss track that went mainstream.
And got a Grammy nod. They got a Grammy nomination, man, for a diss track.
Yeah, but to bring it back full circle, back to Young Money. We got
back to
you know what I'm saying. We got Weezy F dealing with that situation. It's like, dang, that's unfortunate. Hope that work his way out. We got Drake bodying Meek. Also, at the same time, putting a block in between his relationship between him and Nicki.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, the Young Money triangle offense is kind of broken a little bit.
It make you wonder what the future holds for them. Because I mean, it seems like he focusing on his OVO.
And why wouldn't you?
Why not?
You know what I'm saying?
That's his brainchild. Just like Lil Wayne focused on Young Money and got out of the Cash Money thing. So,
exactly.
Growth.
I mean, and Nicki Minaj, you know what I'm saying? She doing things as far as,
movies and
she got the movies, you know what I'm saying? She got fragrances, you know what I'm saying? Beats, you know what I'm saying? She working on herself as well.
So I think in the end, man, man, we'll be all night talking about this, but it's almost like these artists are starting to brand themselves. Because if you think about it, like the whole thought of record labels, man, is fading away. Back in the day, you wouldn't. I mean, yeah, Biggie Smalls was yelling Junior Mafia. You know what I'm saying? But like, you never would think that like he would be, yelling Junior Mafia records. You know what I'm saying? But still, Bad Boy Records. They still had their group, or even Pac. Pac had Outlaws. But it was
exactly
Death Row.
So it was Death Row.
And so I think that's the whole. that's another testament to how weak these labels are. You know, you don't even have really strong record labels no more that can hold artists together and help build artistry. They're all kind of like trying to build their own little brand so they can do their own thing versus
Branching
being
out.
under a label. Yeah.
Branching out.
Yeah. And that's our take right there on that streaming, Cash Money, Young Money, and all that right here on Rated R Radio.
Yo, welcome to the best. DJ Rated R.
Yes, and we're back right here on When the Music Stops, and we just kicking game, just chopping up
Rundown.
the rundown right here on Rated R Radio. And man, dog, you get a chance to check out that lemonade. Have you sipped that lemonade last weekend when Beyonce dropped that mystical? Well, not last weekend, a couple of weekends ago, when we were all mourning over Prince's death. Beyonce came out like a thief in the night and just dropped this gem,
Like a thief in the night.
a hidden gem on people. Now, me, I haven't heard it. I heard a few songs from it, but I've been hearing really everybody just been glossing over one or two songs on the CD, which is called "Sorry." That's like the only song everybody been talking about because of some of the lines that Beyonce dropped. Now, for those that don't know about this Beyonce Lemonade project,
A few of you.
let's put them up on game. Yeah, for those who probably haven't got Tidal to where you can stream this, we'll just put y'all up on game. Pretty much what Beyonce did is what Usher did back in 2004 when he released Confessions, and kind of like what T.I. did back in 2009-10 when he came out with Paper Trail. She released a CD that expressed her innermost feelings and thoughts on living with someone who was cheating on her.
Infidelitized.
Yes. She released a CD, and what I liked about it personally, I didn't hear it. I heard a song or two from it, but what I liked about what she did was she took herself from the diva goddess Beyonce on down to everyday woman. I'm getting cheated on. My man coming in at 3-4 o'clock in the morning, lying about where he been, Beyonce, and so many women related to that experience. And so again, she brought herself down to earth with this CD, which gained a huge response from the what they call Beehive. And I'm gonna let my man Fees expound on how serious this Beehive got in behind this project.
Well, I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm no Beehive alumni or participants or expert, but I mean, let's just back up a little bit. Let's just expound upon the drop of the CD.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because as I recall, I was on my way back from a trip. We were on vacation. Myself, my wife, you know what I'm saying, the team, and you know what I'm saying, and we were on our way back. We were all rolling in the car, and she like, oh, you know what I'm saying, Beyonce dropped the album. Oh, Lemonade. I said, oh, okay. I said, what's that? This is a song? She like,
right.
She said, that's a song and the album. I said, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? So, in the midst of our traffic, because this is a road trip, no flight, this is a road trip, this is a quick one. You know, we thumbing through, trying to find it on the internet. Can't be found. A lot of discussion about it, but can't be found.
Oh.
I said, that damn streaming got us again.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
somebody graciously put it up on the internet.
Hey.
I think it was on Facebook, actually.
Shout out to Facebook.
So I haven't heard the full album, the full body of work, but I've heard a collective. No. Let me back up. I did hear the full body of work, but you know, like that first time through, it's almost like a collective of snippets.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To a point. It's like, yeah, I've heard it all, but I ain't digested it. So it's like, you know, you listen to it, and it's like, but just the experience on trying to find it, it was like, shoot, I'm checking all the outlets, trying to see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? My wife checking her joints. I'm checking.
That's strange.
Let me see if anybody, said anything about it. Anybody put some links up or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Messing with that streaming. So we finally hear it, you know what I'm saying? And it's, and then it's talks of infidelity and
Okay.
things of that nature. And then, going into my thought process, I'm like, oh, are we really talking about, Jay cheated on her?
Oh,
Or are we talking about, like, as you alluded to, like, are we talking about the Usher situation where he talked about some things and we thought he was talking about this other young lady, but truly it was the songwriter's perspective on their life.
On their life, yes.
But current day, I think everybody still think is. I think it may have been confirmed, or it may, be well perceived that it was Jay that cheated on her. You know what I'm saying? And so you had young ladies that was like, basically like, oh, Beyonce goes through things like me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They felt empowered. And then you probably also had young ladies that felt like, how could Jay-Z cheat on her? That's Beyonce. But at the same time, it's like, yes, that's Beyonce. You know what I'm saying?
She can get it too.
But she's no different.
No different.
You know what I'm saying? She might be above in financial and looks and above than most, but
Apparently, Becky can get to her man too.
apparently so. And then it was crazy instances of the Beehive allegedly. I'll say allegedly. Allegedly, getting at a couple folks on the social networks as far as their comments of saying, I take that good hair and things of that nature. It was just like, wow, folks is out here riding. They out here riding for Beyonce.
Now, this is when the music stops. The reason I named this show When the Music Stops, because we somewhat discuss things that go on when the music stops. And one thing I realized in this situation, Fees, is that people take music very serious. When they be like, oh, it's just entertainment, it's just no, people take this very serious.
Clearly.
Me personally, when I heard what was going on, I'm like, man, no, Jay ain't cheating on Beyonce. I'm thinking it really is her singing from a perspective of another woman who was cheating on.
Just relating to her fans.
Yeah. I'm thinking it's not nothing that's autobiographical. Not no autobiography or audio. How you say it? Audio biography.
Let's create the word audio biography.
I didn't think it was an audio biography of her real life, but I'm thinking like, yeah, she's singing this from someone else's life. So when the Beehive, quote unquote, started getting serious and attacking real life women on Twitter, on going to them personally attacking them.
Oh, personal?
They created a Jay-Z, excuse my language, people, but they created a Hofax, quote unquote. A list of all the women that Jay-Z allegedly had a relationship with,
Not
or just
Hofax.
had relations with.
They kind of late with the Hofax thing.
They dated this thing. They dated this thing all the way back to like '99 when Aaliyah was alive.
You supposed to get the Hofax before you buy the car, not after.
They waited till after. I mean, these people compiled a whole list of women that Jay-Z was linked to. And I thought that was just insane. And all this has come from a song. So it's crazy.
Don't say a song. It's an album. Lemonade is a song.
No.
And an album.
It's an album. But I'm not sure if she talked about cheating on more than just one song. That's the crazy thing. I don't even know what the rest of the album is about, because it's just that one song, Sorry, that everybody is going crazy over, because that's the song that she listed not wanting to put the ring on, and him coming home at 3 o'clock in the morning and he lying and things like that. So that's the song that everybody's been focused around. She's powerful, man. She's like the queen, literally.
And that's that's a different that's a different stance. You know what I'm saying? Because I think of music of entertainment, whereas others may think of music as like, hey, these are my marching orders. You know what I'm saying?
Marching order. Come on, people.
It's like, hey, I'm rocking with so and so, whether it's B or whoever else. You know what I'm saying? And they say it's a go. It's a go. We're gonna ride. You know what I'm saying? Whoever going against the throne or the, the hive or whatever have you. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna protect it.
Yeah.
Clearly is what's being said out here.
Yeah, and You know, mark my words. I don't hope nothing happened to this beehive, but it's gonna be some pest control out there one of these days. They're gonna go out there trying to ride out on somebody, and I don't think it's gonna be a good outcome because not everybody is a part of the beehive. Some people like, hey, you know, you come up on me with that mess, ain't gonna be a good outcome. So y'all just better watch it. You people that follow this music too much and read too much into it, and you don't have no life of your own, that you just gotta stand up for somebody who you don't even know. You know, just be careful out there when you take this music way too serious. Way too serious.
Yeah, I would say I hope, you know, you out there riding, they got something up on the bill,
right?
Or the hospital bill, or the I ain't gonna say the casket, but you know, I hope that
right.
Whoever you're riding for, you know what I'm saying? It's like when you're riding with your homie, it's like, hey man, at the bare minimum, pour a little liquor out.
Right, pour something.
If something goes down, you know what I'm saying?
Put me on a t-shirt or something.
Put me on a t-shirt. Airbrush me with the good airbrush. Don't hit me with that sloppy homie that ain't gonna get my photo right. You know what I'm saying? Whew, I'm just saying, don't forget about it.
Is Beyonce gonna have something on your funeral while y'all out there riding up on these people who you have no business riding on, trying to fight for the throne of Queen Bee? But that's our take with that, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back right here on Rated R Radio.
This is crazy the way we act when we confuse hip hop with real life when the music stops.
Yes, welcome back to Rated R Radio. And we are in here just going down the rundown right here on Rated R Radio, as I said once before. But man, shout out to all of our Facebook listeners, everybody that's on Facebook that check us out.
Yo, shout them out, man. Show to appreciate it, man.
Appreciate
Facebook, YouTube, you know how to find us. Appreciate it. I know it takes a little bit extra, but go ahead and sign into YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Leave that comment, pros, cons. You know, no. Pros and constructive. That's what cons is for. You know what I'm saying? Let us know what it is. You know what I'm saying? If you like it, you like it. If you think we should do something differently, you know what I'm saying? Constructively let us know.
Let us know. Hey, we may follow your constructive criticism. But going through Facebook, you see a lot of interesting things. And I think that's kind of cool how they created the Prom 2016. They had a lot of prom slayers on there, and a lot of I'm telling you, man, a lot of these girls looked older than my mama on there, man. They like 16, 17, and they weren't even, a lot of them probably weren't even seniors. A lot of these folks was probably freshmen.
Junior proms.
So they junior prom going on here. But you had a lot of, everybody looked nice. I'm not clowning no one's child. We had a lot of people looking nice. But what me and Feed tonight, we got a couple of questions. And one of the questions to the guys, man, we're not sure where this fashion trend or fad comes from, but I know back in my day, it wasn't cool to flood. We didn't, when you went to school, flooding was the last thing. Showing your ankles was the last thing that you wanted to do.
Last thing
with your pants, man. That's the last thing. So now we are in a day and age where I've seen many times James Harden and Russell Westbrook be the fashion leader in the NBA, where they just show them cats walking through the tunnel, and they have on some type of slide-in shoes with no socks, and they pants flooding. You can see their ankles, they leg, look like they got on capris actually, but they had these capri looking pants on, and so I realized as I was going through a lot of the prom pictures, a lot of the young dudes was sharing that same fashion sense.
That same sentiment, huh?
Showing them ankles, man.
Them ankles. I just don't understand it because, I'm not going to knock it, but I don't understand it because, coming up, if my ankle was showing, it was a problem. I better had some shorts on.
Yeah, that's the only time.
If my ankle was out, I should have had some shorts on, and I was prepared for my ankle to be out, and they would have lotioned up.
Yep.
Nowadays, it's like, I want my ankle to be out. What is the ankle equates to like a 80s baby's chain. It was like You wanted your chain to show. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, like, oh, let me pull my chain out. Let it hang. Let's see how it hang. You know what I'm saying? Now you got your ankle out.
And they don't even wear chains no more. If you know, it's jewelry and stuff like that. It's not worn. They don't wear the chains. They got the ankle.
They got that ankle out.
It's equivalent to
that ankle bone. It's like, bruh, what?
Forget a herringbone.
Forget that herringbone. You got your ankle bone out. It's like, why do you have your ankle out? Like, and it's just barely out. It's like, I don't know about this ankle out, bruh. Like, I don't understand the thought process of those pants, but you know, different day. Different style. If you don't put your ankle out, go ahead and do what you do.
Yes. When it comes to these, when it comes to this 2016 prom, man, you know, I think in this day and age, we got to watch the parents more than we have to watch the teenagers who are going out on a date. And when I say that is, you know, me and Fees kind of saw some alarming photos, saw some alarming quotes and things on Facebook by parents. And I'm just speaking from a father's point of view, a guy who raises his child to be the utmost respectful to any woman or any adult or whatnot. And I will continue to do that as they get older. Now, one of my fears is my child to be bullied, you know what I'm saying, by a kid in school. You know, that's why I always try to tell him to stand up for himself. But a fear that I actually shouldn't have, but I'm starting to gain, is a fear for these parents, man. A fear for the parents and the parents' outlook on protecting their daughters, especially some of these fathers.
Speak on that.
And when I say that, I don't have a little girl, but I totally understand where you are when it comes to, you know, you're gonna be at the door with a shotgun. You know, they always say I got my shotgun ready and all this and all that. To protect her. But me and Fee saw an even deeper issue in that type of that way of thinking. Let you touch on that, my man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because over the last, you know what I'm saying, prom period, prom time frame, as I would like to call it. I've been seeing some photos of the female that's going to prom, her date that's going to prom, her father that's not going to prom, holding his heat. Heat meaning AKA his pistol, his chopper, his burner,
rifle, whatever
you want to call it, in the photo. So we got 3 people in the photo and some heat. Now the only thing I can derive from that is that this father of the daughter is threatening in an indirect way that date, saying, hey, don't do nothing I wouldn't do. You know what I'm saying? Bring my daughter back the way she came, the way she left here. Or, you know, I don't know what this picture means, but it's like, hey, that young man is somebody's child too. The way you taking care of your daughter, you know what I'm saying? The way you feel about your daughter, somebody feels about their son. So two parts of that. It's almost like, hey, you know, I don't know what the threatening motion is about you having your heat there. Because once they done left your property, they ain't think about that heat no more. I ain't worried about you. Because when he drop her back off, you likely going to be asleep or you going to be in the house waiting in the living room.
Yep.
He ain't walking her in the house. May walk her to the door. Yep. As a gentleman. But that's about it. I ain't going to see you in that heat no more. What are you trying to tell me with that heat? Now, I mean, if I was a father to that son and I see that picture online, like, oh, snap. So-and-so's daddy then out here taking pictures with my son and his daughter with the heat. He out here threatening my son. Now I got to go over here and see him.
And threaten him.
I got to go and threaten him. Like, I don't care how my son bring your daughter back. You better not have no problems with my son. You better come talk to me as an adult and not talk to my son. You know what I'm saying? You done disrespected my family now. What I look like letting you threaten my son live and in person and on social media, just do whatever you want to do. And I not come see you. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I got a problem with you. You know what I'm saying?
And Fees, you made a point earlier. The parent need to be somewhat checking their daughter. If they gotta stand side by side next to their daughter with their date with a gun or whatever, if they feel distrusting or they have this sort of eerie feeling, you shouldn't be letting them go. You shouldn't be letting them roll if you feel that way about their date or the person they chose to go to prom with.
Even a step further, you should have raised your child at a point that she shouldn't be accepting the invitation from a person that's distrustful to take her to the prom.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's almost like, hey, you accepted this invitation. You saw some quality of this person that you liked. Now, whether it's the quality that I taught you to be looking for or not, ain't nothing I can do about that. You know what I'm saying? If your daughter is going out there doing X, Y, and Z, or saying, you told her to come back by midnight, she comes back by 2, whether nothing happened or something happened, you know what I'm saying? Don't be mad at the person that brought her back. You gotta be mad at your daughter. That's the person you trained. Or, showed an example to. You know what I'm saying? Taught that lesson to. You can't be mad at the date. Don't be out there threatening the date. You been and got your head whooped on.
And I'll be threatening my son because you don't trust. And man, shout out to all my fathers out there. Father's Day is coming up in June. Shout out to all my mothers. Mother's Day is coming up next Sunday. Happy Mother's Day to all the beautiful mothers.
Mother's Day.
But man, I've been around a couple of guys in my lifetime. And a lot of the dudes who be saying that shotgun stuff, I got my shotgun ready, them be the cats who ain't even in their daughter lives. They daughters live in Kalamazoo somewhere. And they just this old overprotected, just talking stuff. They, I got my shotgun ready. And it's like, dude, you have no clue what type of daughter you have. You know what I'm saying? They just running their mouth saying that shotgun, man. So, I question the dude who in that picture with the shotgun next to the dude. I question his involvement in that daughter's life. Like you said, that speaks volumes on you and as a parent. If your daughter goes out and grabs somebody who you can't trust, if you got to run around with the shotgun. So,
exactly. If you already raised your daughter, your nieces or little cousins, whatever, right? Then of course you gonna be there. You can have a stern conversation like, hey, take care of my daughter, take care of my niece, you know what I'm saying? Take care of my little cousin. Right. Make sure she comes back here in one piece. Whatever the case you want to say, you can have that conversation, but you can't be out there with the gun like,
and brandishing it too.
Right. If you don't come, if X, Y, and Z don't occur, if she ain't back here by 11:59, it's gonna be a problem. Things of that nature, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what I'm saying? Well, you didn't let 16, 17, 18 years go by and you ain't set the example. Right. Or you ain't say like, hey, you need to be picking X, Y, and Z type of man or type of boy to be leading off in your life or to be spending your time with, then it's already too late.
You want to come in the end with a gun. Man, these young dudes nowadays, man.
Yeah. You might, you know what I'm saying? He might hit the horn and be like, hey, so and so been acting up, man. Get her daddy, you know what I'm saying? Her daddy was acting up when I picked her up. Y'all ain't going to the prom tonight. Shoot through there. We gonna go to the prom, do our thing, you know what I'm saying? Let me know when it's all complete. Man, you know what I'm saying?
You're like, man, her daddy ain't in her life. No way, man. He just out there trying to start with that gun. Go take care of him.
He out there part-timing. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I'm not promoting no violence. I'm just saying, man, y'all fellas better think twice before you posing with pics and threatening these little dudes, man. You don't know what these cats is capable of nowadays. So, hey, we hitting you with all type of points from all different angles right now.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. It's just like once your kids have left your eyesight, there's no telling what they're gonna do. You know what I'm saying?
No telling.
You just gotta trust that you have raised them right.
Yep.
And they gonna follow your lead. And if they don't follow your lead, then hopefully they learn something from, like, oh snap, my dad's told me about this. I went left, but they told me to go right. I learned that lesson. I'm back on the right path. You know what I'm saying?
And hopefully, they are smart enough to defend themselves. Hopefully the girl is able to defend and speak up for herself, if something does try to occur or if the dude make a false move that she don't want to be made, and hopefully that they are able to work that out like young adults that the parents should have taught them to be, versus the parents stepping in with a shotgun, man. I just don't think that's not cool at all. And yeah, y'all got to stop that, man.
Exactly. You can't expect the movies or the music or the plays or the school life to teach your child. You know what I'm saying?
No.
You got to teach them, and at least at very minimum, you could be like, look, I told so and so better. Now, if they did something else, hey, that's on them.
It's on them, and they got to learn. Yep.
That's on them. They got to learn. But I did my part.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Check the box if you ain't going to do nothing else.
Hey, tell them. Words from Ken Fees. Man, you know, I think we are in an era where a lot of guys are taking fashion risk as if they were females. And what's up with your boy Yeezy, man? Man, you know, Kanye West, aside for the rapper, the artist Kanye West, I think he's a genius. I think he rap wise and artistically, rap wise, beat making wise, all that good stuff, man. Kanye is a musical genius. He is great. He'll be remembered when he died. He'll be remembered for one of the greats that came along in the early 2000s and changed,
ushered
music.
in a new style.
Ushered in a whole new style. But I cannot get behind the ushering of this new wave that he's on, man.
I don't know. I don't even know if it's a wave.
No.
I don't know what occurred. But that last current photo I saw of him with those contacts in, I just can't bring myself to understand why a grown person, not man or woman, why a grown person will put in contacts that show that's a different color than his or her own eyes.
Well, you know, there was a trend going on where they were getting their eyes surgically
changed. Yeah.
I can't even say it. They was getting
like, how do you be like, hey, you know what I'm saying? That brown been working for a little bit, but I'm about to switch it up on them. I'm about to go with that hazel. I'm about to go with that blue. Like,
and to get it surgically changed to a color is the funniest thing. But yeah, man, Kanye West looked like a cat. He looked like a
Cheshire.
He looked like a vampire. They called him a rhinestone cowboy vampire, man. Oh, he had that rhinestone jacket on. It was like, yay, man. What's good, man?
You know, low key, he probably was channeling his inner 90s, because I ain't gonna front. Never did I, but other people did. When we were coming up by high school, middle school, folks was wearing contacts that with colors and stuff like that. Yeah. I always looked at them like, you a sucker. I would never, ever get on that level.
Ever.
I'm just like,
you a boy,
like, really, bro? You go, that's what you do? You changing your eye color now? That's what you gonna do? That's your thing? That's how you're rocking? I was just like, I never really understood it. But then for we to be 20 years later, and you're like, I'm gonna bust out with these contacts. He ain't even got no excuse. He can't even be like, I just left a movie set. I forgot they was in. No, Kanye, you ain't acting in no movies, bro. You acting in your real life.
In real life, man.
He out here tripping, bro.
That make you wonder, like, man, is he just out here just for publicity? Is he out here just to be, I
don't know. Kanye for president.
2020. Right here on Rated R Radio.
This is when the music stops. Right here on Rated R Radio. He made me say it twice. This is when the music stops.
Man, sports talk right here on Rated R Radio. And you are now tuned into ESPN. This is the ESPN portion of Rated R Radio, everybody. And I just want to give some sports takes on the draft, the NFL draft. Now, again, I don't know who came out. I don't know who playing where. All I just know was there was some controversy behind this one guy named Laramie Tunsil, and I'm gonna speak on that in just a moment. But before we get to Laramie, Fees, who you got winning in this NBA finals coming up in?
I mean, this NBA finals. You know what I'm saying? If you know what I'm saying, I'm a Bulls fan.
Okay.
At heart.
At heart.
And I mean, if you gonna beat the Bulls record, then I expect you to win the championship.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what you face.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? Whether it's the Spurs or the Cavs, I expect you to win the championship.
Knock it all down. Yep.
Don't take over the record from the Bulls. You know what I'm saying? I ain't mad at you.
Right.
You went the extra step.
Right.
You took it to the next level. I'm not mad at the Warriors. But if you're going to take it to the next level on the regular season, you got to win the championship.
Got to.
That's what I'm holding you to.
Championship or bust.
I'm holding you to. You got to take the championship.
So, okay, with that being said, are you still riding with your boy King James?
Hey man, you know what I'm saying? that's
In Cleveland?
a sore spot for me right there, man. You know what I'm saying? My man LBJ.
Right.
It's like I was riding with you when you was in Cleveland. When you decided to make that decision and ride on to Miami, I was riding with you. I said, hey, you should leave Cleveland. It ain't gonna pop there right there.
You was been saying
Like,
it,
hey,
he should have left.
I was like, hey, I ain't mad at you. Let's go ahead. Let's ride down the hill to Miami. Boom. You got some tax freeness out there for state wise.
Yep.
You might as well go ahead and do your thing. You got your 2 chips. Why not?
Go do it.
But when you go back, I can respect the fact you like, I want to do it in my hometown. But it's like, man, you out here. That's doing too much. I can't go back to Cleveland with you and ride because it's like Cleveland burnt your jersey. Cleveland basically stuck the middle finger up at you. Like, hey, take that, LeBron. But now you coming back. Well, when you came back, they're like, oh, we love you. It's like, man, I can't get with that fickleness. I'm like, nah, I can't ride right there, man. Do your thing over there, but hey, I'm riding with the Warriors. You're gonna take the Bulls record. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You got to go ahead and get that chip too.
Okay.
Around with the Warriors.
Hey, I feel you. I'm with you. My sports take is I'm going with the Warriors to win this one. I agree. I said if they beat the Bulls record, they got to go all the way. You got to go all the way. And I felt the same way about LeBron. I was like, man, I never thought he should have been drafted and going to Cleveland in the first place. I'm like, man, of all teams,
Cleveland lucked out by drafting him. Honestly, should have.
Look, by getting him.
Hometown hero? Not really hometown, but hometown with Jace.
Yeah. And I'm like, man, he with Cleveland. All right, whatever. We're going to ride with him. But then when my man said, I'm taking my talents to South Beach, and he was playing with my guy, Dwayne Wade, and then they said, we're going to grab the dude from the North, Chris Bosh. I was all with it. I'm like, oh, man, that's cool. Because I'm already a Miami Heat fan since the dang on Tim Hardaway days. So I was like, man, let's do it.
Killer crossover.
Man, this dude made the decision to go back home. I'm like,
make your mind.
No. Why are you going back to Cleveland? And so he went back. And honestly, my fandom of his kind of started falling after he went back. And then with all the everything that he's been doing this past year, man, I've been a fan. I haven't been a fan of his actions off the court as I have been on the court. So, I'm with, if they win again this year, or if they win for the first time this year, great for Cleveland. But yeah, I'm with you, man. I'm riding with Golden State to go and take it off. Plus, man, that's Golden State a fun team to watch. Golden State, they're enjoyable, and it is something about them watching. Even the other night, they was playing. Steph Curry ain't even been out there.
It's not a one-man show.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? We might be talking about one man, but it's not a one-man show from a team perspective. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gets it in.
Yeah, so they've been getting it in. So my take with the finals with the finals and coming up in June, I'm riding Cleveland versus Warriors. I say Warriors in 7 because it's gonna be ugly. But the Spurs, they're not looking too far away from clinching that West. The Spurs is out there, but they've been banging. Spurs and OKC. Oh my goodness,
that's gonna be rough. That's what's that 2-3 right there, man. They gotta go at it.
2-3 going at
head to head.
Right now they 1-1. I think they play tonight. As a matter of fact. I think they go in tonight, and you see the beef that's been brewing between Charles Barkley and Charles Oakley.
I see that re-spark.
Yeah, last night, man, Barkley was like, "Hey, y'all." Oh, hold on. Before I get into last night with Barkley and Charles Barkley and Charles Oakley, what Cleveland did to Atlanta was, in some people's minds, historic. How they made 25 threes in one game, the whole team. But what Atlanta did after the game was very wimpish, and it was sorry on their part how they was calling Cleveland classless, saying they didn't have no class. Because what happened was when Cleveland was up, they kept going up and up. And my thing is, if you hot, you hot. I don't think they was trying to embarrass Atlanta or nothing like that. Atlanta felt like they were trying to embarrass them by steady going for more, shooting more and more threes, trying to break the record. But my thing was, man, they was on. So why not keep hitting when you're on? And it wasn't just one person. It like JR hit 7 threes, Bron hit like 4 threes, Kyrie Irving was 4 for 5, Kevin Love was 3 for 4. I mean, even Chandler, whatever is the new dude jumped in. I can't think. Shannon Fry. Shannon Fry even jumped in. I said Channing Tatum.
Shannon Fry. Shannon Fry even jumped in and hit a 3. So they was banging them. They was banging them. And so after the game, Atlanta was crying, saying that what they were doing was classless. All I'm saying is
unsportsmanlike.
Sports is sports. Yeah. I'm looking to get a win. If I'm winning for a certain amount of time, then I'm looking to get a smack. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it's the defense or the opponent's job to make sure I don't smack them.
Thank you.
If I can win by 1, I'm good. If I can win by 10, I'm great. If I can win by 25, I'm feeling glorious. That's all I'm saying. It's like, it's not my job to take my foot off the pedal.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Look, if my foot is on the neck and I win by 50, that's your fault. You looking foolish out there. Man, you should have did something to stop that.
We not in high school no more, man.
Exactly. Even in high school, you know what I'm saying? And in the time frame, it's like, you know, you sitting that person deep bench, number 11, number 12, on the bench, and you're sending them out there with that full-time foul job.
Yep.
You're like, hey, you're going to stop all that foolishness right here.
Them goons.
You're going to send them goons out on the squad.
Yep.
Them goons out on the court, they're going to like, hey, bro, you going to win the game, but you ain't going to disrespect us. Right now, ain't no goon squad out there.
Had no Okies.
It's just like, oh, we just out here shooting.
Yep.
Oh, we're going to play a little light defense. I mean, at what point, growing up in that era, at what point do you be like, hey, so-and-so them up by 12. We got X amount of minutes left. It's like, it's be disrespected or take a L.
Yeah.
There's a very fine line between like, man, you looking like a sucker out here versus you lost today. It's a very fine line.
Yep. And you know how else Atlanta looked like a sucker last night? By the end of the game, Cleveland had they bench in. I saw Dante Jones out there shooting threes.
Going for the goal.
James Jones was out there shooting threes. They had cats shooting threes that hadn't seen the court all year. They emptied the bench like, hey, Tyrone Lue said, hey, y'all going out there and hoop. LeBron them was sitting down. So I could see if it was LeBron them playing to the end.
Showered up. Out there on the bench with a suit on. Showered up. Like, go ahead and do your thing. I'm not coming back. It's no problem.
So yeah, you know, all the talk. So what Charles Barkley was simply saying, again, a line between taking the L and getting disrespected. They were, the way they were playing, they was disrespecting themselves by not playing defense. And so Charles was like, man, you know, somebody need to go out there and body somebody. You know what I'm saying? Somebody need to put a foot up under LeBron or Kyrie or Kevin Love and put a body on these dudes and hurt them. Charles Oakley ain't like that. Charles Oakley told Barkley like, hey, man, you hiding behind TNT. You wasn't that tough back in the day when we was on the court. You wasn't running your mouth like that back in the day, so don't do it now. So now I guess it's war and beef between old men. It's funny.
Old man beef.
Old man.
Two old men in war. Well, you know what? With 2 old men in war, one old man with a platform, one old man on the couch with a remote.
With Twitter.
Trigger fingers turn to Twitter fingers.
Yes. Meek Mill's got that effect all throughout.
Ranging through.
It's called the Meek Mill effect. But let's move over to these young dudes real quick, man. With this NFL draft real quick, I want to speak on something, man. My man Laramie Tunsil. He was drafted, I believe, to Miami at number 13. He was initially a number 8 round draft, but his draft stock dropped after some hours before the NFL draft someone released, well, I won't say someone, allegedly his financial advisor released on Twitter an old video of this man with a gas mask on smoking marijuana. Now, once this video hit the net, it had a lot of teams worried because they're now worried about his off the field issues, and it caused his draft stock to drop, which is, cost him some millions and whatnot.
Just a couple millions.
It's just, nothing.
Just a few. Yeah.
He'll make it back throughout the years. That's if he's good. But my take on that real quick is, first of all, it's whack how what that financial advisor did. And if I was Laramie Tunsil, I'll have some of my goons go and touch him up for doing something like that. That was whack on all. That was whack on all levels, man. That was like some old spiteful ex-girlfriend calling your job, telling your employer to drug test you type dirty. That was dirty on all levels, man. But on the flip side of that, fellas, man, we got to be a little bit more smarter when we out here engaging in these extracurricular activities. Sometimes, we do things and we think that we the only ones on earth that's up on this, or we think that we the only ones that's about that life. So we want to videotape it and show the world. And, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and all, it has given us nobodies a platform to be somebody in front of a bunch of people who we really don't know, but just to show off. And
look at me,
and we have become a look at me generation. But in the event of people looking at you, let's start trying to be a little bit smarter about what we doing with ourselves, especially when it comes to engaging in recreational activities such as smoking weed, man.
Not to cut you off,
no,
but
speak
a couple things I like to touch on. It dropped his draft stock. That seems to be a fact. But let's take into account that I don't know where this young man played football at, or where he was at when he was smoking weed out of this bong. Allegedly. Could have just been some cigarettes at the bottom of that bong.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Tobacco.
Who knows? Allegedly. When he had this bong on that people perceived as weed, was he in California? Was he in one of the legal states of smoking weed where it shouldn't be a problem? Was he penalized for doing something that was legal in the location he was at? That's a question. That's something you think about. Like, shit. Maybe he was out in Cali chilling with his peoples. You know what I'm saying?
You don't know where he was at.
Maybe he was out with his cousins and things. You know what I'm saying? Hanging out. Wow, that's what we do every day. It's legal here. It's not a problem. You can do this on your porch. What's the big deal?
The big deal was the videotaping of it.
Exactly.
The
big deal was like the videotape. It's like, with that videotape, it's like, that made me think about, like, why are you It didn't look like he videotaped himself.
Somebody.
Why did you let D'Angelo Russell videotape you smoking weed out of a bong?
Yeah, D'Angelo in the room taping him. Yep.
DR was right there with you. I'm just saying, why? I mean, like, that's not a monumental moment. I'm smoking weed out of a bong.
Yeah.
I've seen that bong before.
Yeah.
Several times. Live and in person. And I've seen it on TV. It's nothing special to videotape. It's not nothing brand new. I think you said the video was like 2 years old. It wasn't new 2 years ago. So why are you allowing someone to videotape you? I mean, this takes me to another thought that, like, maybe he didn't have the presence of mind of critical thinking. Because 2 years ago, clearly his goal was to get into the league. So critically, he didn't think like, oh, someone's videotaping me smoking weed. Smoking weed is frowned upon in the league.
That I'm trying to get to.
This could either stop me from getting to the league and I had to play overseas or whatever the case is, whatever the D-League equivalent is to NFL. Or this could mess up my stock, mess up my money, so to say. Like, hey, bro, you right here in the room with me. There's no need for you to videotape me. Live in the moment.
Live in the moment.
Ain't no need to be videotaping. Because if you videotape me, you're not really a part of the moment. You videotape me, you're going to watch me later. Mm-hmm. Or you're going to leak it later. You're going to ruin me later.
Yep.
Whatever the case is. Be a part of the moment.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's my only take on that. It's like, hey, he could have been in a state where it's legal. And if it's legal, should have dropped his top.
Yep.
Because clearly, if it was 2 years ago, it didn't affect his performance.
He was right. He was still balling afterwards.
Still balling afterwards. He should have been whatever pick that people were thinking he should have been.
Yep.
And then on the other side, it's like, why would you let somebody videotape you? You know what I'm saying? Doing that. That's almost like, yeah, I'm doing X, Y, and Z. You bust in with a videotape. I'm looking at you like, bruh, this ain't that. Don't videotape.
I'm out to Kanye West attack you. Hey man, man, I'm telling you, people, if y'all have not learned nothing from D'Angelo Russell and this dude, Laramie Tunsil situation, if the video taping comes around, I don't care if you're doing Facebook Live, man, smack that phone out of their hand. Look, man, don't come around here with that, especially if we are just in an organized setting.
Put some respect on my visuals.
Something. Respect my visuals and don't let the people see or hear what I'm doing and talking about, man. Especially if I'm at a party or a function or something like that. I'm trying to turn up and somebody come around with the Facebook Live and I got the drink all in my hand. I'm like, man, get that out my face, man. Fellas, if y'all don't know nothing else, man, just watch these videotapes. If y'all don't learn nothing else from these two situations, don't let nobody tape y'all doing nothing foolish, speaking on nothing foolish, because it will get leaked. Because nowadays everybody is CNN and reporting
that daily news.
Man, my God,
waiting on a moment.
Yep, waiting on they 15 minutes to get they
that shine time.
They 2020 on or something and ruin you in the end. So yeah, man, y'all watch that videotaping. And those are words from the wise, words from the fees, words from the right here on Rated R Radio. Yo, welcome back, Rated R Radio. Ken Fees, Rated R. We in here running through some of the craziest moments from these past few weeks, man.
Running it down.
Again, man, rest in peace to everyone who we've lost, man. From China the wrestler, on over to the lady off of Everybody Loves Raymond, the mom who was on that, man. She even passed away, but everything got overshadowed.
Special shout out to Prince. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace to Afeni Shakur.
Afeni Shakur. Rest in peace to Tupac's mom, man. If y'all ain't know, she passed away May 3rd. Rest in peace. Rest in peace to Meek Mill's career. Rest in peace to Birdman's career after that, because the only thing he'll probably have is respect, and that's it. And rest in peace to Jay-Z's innocence, because everybody going at Jay, not his business out there in the streets. Rest in peace to that. Rest in peace to the cool Kanye. Oh my God, who do we have nowadays?
Wolf Ye.
Rest in peace to the no ankle showing. Rest in peace to the cool dresses, man. Shout out to the ones who did go to prom and covered them ankles, and all the girls who dressed like little ladies and wasn't too grown. Shout out to all of them. And man, rest in peace to the video camera. Please, man, put it down. Live in the moment. Let's record fun times, but let's not record private moments just to put out there to ruin somebody else's career, man. Y'all gotta watch that. And watch what you're doing when you on camera. Watch, because people watching. You never know where you might be years from now, and then you be regretting what you did on camera.
Camera's always rolling in current day.
Man, everybody want to be CNN, ESPN, TNN, whatever. But hey, I hope y'all enjoyed this episode of When the Music Stops, man. Make sure y'all check us out each and every week right here on Rated R Radio. Subscribe, hit that YouTube button.
Put some respect on it.
Make sure you do that. Make sure you check out them Rated R mixes right there on Mixcloud. I can't get a Mixcloud name link right now, but I'm right there on Mixcloud. Check me out at DJ Rated R. And make sure you put some respect on that too. So with that being said, we up out of here.
Yo.
Peace.